In the first week of the school term, my daughter started learning about the story of the hare and the tortoise. What have you done on impulse and haven't continued with in your life? What did you start with energy and enthusiasm that meant you burnt out before the end? This is a story of the long game. It's like breathing. My description of what it feels like to have had so much to say on a topic in my life that I start a new social channel, had an idea to start a new podcast show, develop all the brand assets, professionally record a number of episodes, get them produced and launched to all podcast channels, including fully produced video versions to YouTube over 3 consecutive weeks. Getting straight into the podcast charts at number 64 within 24 hours. And then being the highest charting jiu-jitsu podcast in the UK within 7 days of launch. Producing a little bit of branded merchandise and then being too scared to actually sell it, even though it was in high demand. Back in 2017, I found myself homeless with my 2 young children, living in temporary accommodation. The roof leaked. It didn't feel like a very happy place to be. And I did everything I could to make our lives appear normal. I continued working, pretending everything was fine when really it wasn't. I didn't have a mum for help and advice and, of course, hugs. She'd passed away a few years earlier at a youngish age. Whilst our relationship had its ups and downs, we had moments of connection. Growing up, we watched TV as a family, mostly at the weekends, because my parents both worked full-time. We'd sit down on a Saturday and on a Sunday, and we'd watch sport. We weren't so much of a sporty family. We enjoyed the then seemingly inaccessible sports, such as wrestling and Formula One. Mum, towards the end of her life, also especially loved watching martial arts and action thrillers. Jackie Chan movies on repeat, and also Die Hard movies. But we'll leave that bit until Christmas. This might give you a sense of my character, of fighting the good fight and the need for speed and resilience. Little did I know, at the age of 6, I'd be hosting my very own wrestling podcast, having started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu only 9 months before. Me and my children have learnt to be strong, and that life is a long game of resilience and of hope. When we were first homeless, it was incredibly hard. However, it deeply felt like I wasn't the very first mother to be in this position. And sadly, nor would I be the last. Life was lonely. Friends come and they go. And life really does feel so transient, when all I really wanted was my mum. It pains me to say this. I wanted the support and nurturing of a mother figure, and all I had was my own ability to learn and desire to be a great mum, not only for my children, but for myself. It wasn't until I was invited by a friend to join Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class that my life changed dramatically for the better. I learnt skills and techniques from the sport to build a stronger me. My children continue to learn ambition, strength, and community spirit. Meeting women on the mat has become a place to play and have fun, as well as learn important self-defense moves and techniques. I now have a dedicated community of women like me at my local jiu-jitsu school and now around the world. Think about it like this: a gym or a hall filled edge to edge with mats. Does that remind you of anything? A child's play gym maybe, where you can learn jiu-jitsu of course, but also to fight, roll and spin and the occasional knee slide. But don't tell my professor. Shh. It's not just my mum. It's even better than that now. I now have hundreds of women and men in this community. Surrounding myself with like-minded, positive humans is where life is at right now. Ones you can call on in the good times and the bad. You can make things happen quickly in life, but are they sustainable for your energy and your well-being? Consider again the tale of the hare and the tortoise. I've been creating my diary entries consistently now for nearly a year. I documented my thoughts in my daily journal. Day 239, Thursday, 17th of August, 2023. I had an idea to start a very new podcast show, Jiu-Jitsu Lou. I also had a moment of thought and reflection. I remembered that Mum had told me that she didn't want to continue living the rest of her life. She was only 54 at the time, and I don't think she realised how much it broke my heart. And I, Jiu-Jitsu Lou, want to be working towards the long and dedicated journey to my black belt. I've achieved one of these things. I now have the rest of my life and many years to continue improving my strength, mindset, and techniques to get just that bit closer to the prestigious black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This isn't a life of immediate success. This is a life of the long game. One of consistency and dedication. I invite you to join my long game Jiu-Jitsu journey through my social channels and on podcast platforms, including video on YouTube. Follow my journey on Instagram at jiu.jitsu.lu. Subscribe to Jiu-Jitsu Lou on your favourite podcast platform and go and search up your local Jiu-Jitsu school and book a free trial lesson to discover how it's going to feel for you. Thanks very much for listening. I was just